Welcome to Stir Fry here. Today we're doing an unboxing of the Sideshow Collectibles Huntress premium format. Now it's a pretty sweet box, we'll just go over it real quick here. It's got a line here almost like an upside down cross. We've got some graphics in here that's actually pretty cool. There's an awesome picture in here, kind of hard to see. That's great. Got the logo there on the bottom. Continues with some more sweet graphics down there, kind of like the Spider-Man box. That was pretty sweet. And within all that, there's some cityscape action, kind of like the Bane box. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. Birds of Prey here. You got Dove from Hawk and Dove. How cool. Comes with this thank you card. Isn't that nice of them? And it's in Ziploc. Why? I don't know. Also, over here, it's got product inside. If you guys that ever, maybe lost that Superman cape and couldn't find it for days, well, now they're telling you where it's at. Here's the base. Dug it out. It's actually got some pretty good weight to it. There's the, I guess it's supposed to mimic some stained glass here. Pretty good rock texture. It's actually pretty cool. Look at this sketchy looking thing. Looks like something from the Dark Crystal. Or the Never-Ending Story. Something really creepy in the 80s. And it's pretty cool. And there's some nice weathering look here. Some slight rust to it. There's some rust in that little vent. It's pretty weighty. It's actually not bad at all. There's some dust on there. Nothing special. More of this faux stained glass in the background here. On the back, here you go. It's actually pretty sweet. Huntress. Apparently at $12.50. This is $3.45. Lots of nice colors in the graphic there. Bringing it back. I like it. 2 pegs. Here's the crossbow hand. This is just this little thread there. It's got some bendy there so it doesn't break. It's pretty nice though. Pretty cool. Gauntlets there. Some more pouches. Who knows what those are carrying? Like credit cards, pocket change for the toll. I'm not quite sure. Here's the freaking staff. Look at the size of this thing. This is over a foot. Okay. It is. It's crazy long. Nice hands. Lots of really cool detail in here. More pocket chains, pouches, or who knows, matches, condoms. I don't know. Whatever. The bow staff is like really big. Really big. Kind of why I really wish I would have got the EX with the crossbows, because I think this is going to be a space taker. Very good face sculpt. I love this thing. I think it's one of their better ones. Really do believe that. Really cool. Let's put it up there. It's definitely a better design than the Batgirl, for sure. Here's the Huntress premium format by Sideshow Collectibles. We're going to get some closer looks at this thing. Basically got some good textures. It's decent. There's the faux stained glass. That's pretty good. And there's some good textures in the boots there. It's not too bad. Not too shabby. We'll slowly move up. Now the texture in the boots is great. And there's some weathering in the knee pads. Buckles are cool. Steel-toe boot parts are awesome. The curb stompers. And there's how big that freaking stuff is. That's kind of why I wanted to get that EX. And I should have. Because I don't think that's going to fit where I want to put it now. And the colors are really nice. A lot of nice colors. There's really cool texture in the thigh boot things, the pouch holders, whatever. The thigh boots. A lot of cool textures in it. It's actually pretty nice. The figure itself is really nice. A lot of clean lines, no problems. The base is good, like I said. And the keys for the for both hands are really awesome. There's like, they're snug. There's no movement there. There's like a different system they're using. It's not just a peg, or it's not just a, they're heavy magnets in there, so they're holding it pretty well. But there's a key that they have to go a certain way. So there's no loose movements or anything. Alright, there's the gargoyle there with the tail wrapped around the base. I would say this base is probably about as big as, maybe just a little bit wider than Joker's. Or maybe even the width of Poison Ivy. But pretty good texture on the wings there. The base is a lot better than I thought it would be. Even though it looks like a Skeksis. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. And so if you imagine that base being about the size of the diameter of Poison Ivy's, and look how far out the bow staff there protrudes. It's out there. So be aware of that. If you don't have a lot of space and you're trying to fit her in like a certain, cabinet or whatever, well, you may want to try to get on that wait list if it's even available. Or pay a little extra for it, because that's probably why the EX sold us so damn quick. Well, it just makes more sense to have two crossbows. But, yeah. There's the rump area, the Vengeance rump. There's some pockets there, lots of straps. From what I can tell, this costume kind of reminds me of the Justice League Unlimited. Jeez, I can't even talk. Justice Unlimited television show. Really great show. You should check that out. Or maybe the costume that Jim Lee might have had some hand in designing during the Hush storyline. Pretty sure. Because I'm more familiar with her as, I think she was in JLA for a little bit, written by Grant Morrison and Howard Portier, whatever, the artist. There's the backside there. A lot of really good textures in the entire uniform. Really, really good. Like those straps, hard to see now. I mean, I really had to touch them, I wasn't sure. There's the cape, which is a huge problem. A huge problem, and we'll get to that. Okay. And there it goes. Really clean lines, super clean lines in the costume and the skin tones. Mine doesn't have any, it doesn't bleed over as far as the paint on the body. You know, there's plenty of bleed on this statue, for damn sure. But it's not on the sculpt itself, it's not on the paintwork. They are definitely stepping up as far as like getting those clean lines and nice textures between the different, you know, materials that you might imagine the suit being made of. It's top-notch, good stuff. I think the face sculpt is freaking awesome. I really like it. I think it's an odd shape, and maybe it's something you can see in person. But it's excellent. Face sculpt is excellent. The hair is excellent. The mask is awesome. The makeup looks good. This is not a rogue. This looks like a solid DC piece. And I think most of their DC women have been some of the most beautiful. Whether it's Poison Ivy or, I mean, I think Batgirl is the most beautiful of them all. So, something to consider there. But one of the worst aspects of the whole thing, and we're going to have to get closer, is the freaking cape. There's that face sculpt I'm talking about. I think it's excellent. She's got this very cool look in her eyes. And Huntress was always like a very violent character. I think Batman was always trying to rein her in just a little bit. During the No Man's Land storyline, I mean, she was like basically ostracized from the Bat family, and she kind of did her own thing. And she was a brutal lady. She kind of just went out there and was kicking some serious butt. She took no prisoners. And at the time, I think she had a lot of crosses hanging in front of her. She was like kind of like a Catholic girl. I think, what is her name? Helena. Fuck, I forgot her name. But it's Helena something. Helena Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica. It's Helena. She's got a long history with Dick Grayson, and that's where I know her from. No Man's Land and the early original Nightwing series with Chuck Dixon and Scott McDaniel, I really liked. But if you can read the entire No Man's Land storyline, it's excellent. Anyway, great face sculpt. Pretty cool work with the crossbow. Like, sculpt-wise, it's just awesome. There's really no complaints. The bodysuit's great. She's very attractive. Let's just go with that. She's not a bad-looking lady. A lot of cool textures, even in the pouches there. The pouches look great. The hand. Like, the position, the pose is actually really nice. Unfortunately, that bow staff really eats up a lot of room, so if that's a problem for you, that could be an issue. A lot of cool scarring here in the, whoops. A lot of cool scarring in the knee pads there. Quite awesome. Figure itself is spectacular. I really like it. Now I have to come back up here for a huge complaint, because I wasn't sure, maybe I'm confused. But I really thought they solved this cape bleeding issue that I heard about. Statue forums and other people talking about it. Let's bring her a little bit closer. I really thought they solved this issue. But we have to get in there and look at this thing. From the bodysuit area that leads up underneath the cape area where those two plug into her chest there. I mean, I don't know if the light's blind, kind of, maybe it's washing it out a little bit, but you can tell. I mean, I know you're not going to match paint, right, to the mixed media, but that's stained. That's a bleed from the dye they were using on the cape. Like, they rushed it and just threw them out there to get them, you know, shipped on time or move on to the next project or whatever, but that looks really bad. Really bad. That's the worst part of it, but it is all the way down that white. That was a look at the Sideshow Collectibles Premium Format Huntress. Really nice piece. Sculpted and painted perfectly. Clean lines. A really good job in the texturing. The base is nice. There's good weight to it. It's a high quality piece. You know, unfortunately the cape is crap and everything was going great. I was super stoked about it until I opened that secret compartment and discovered that all the rumors were true and the cape is a wet mess. It's a tie-dye hippie's dream and I freaking hated it, and it really takes away from everything. So, but I calmed down a little bit, reread the emails, and figured out that, deciphered that they are going to be replacing this. So I don't want that to take away from this review. It did really bum me out, but you know, you look at it again and you realize that they are going to replace that cape, so it's good. So if you're a fan of the character or a fan of DC, can't go wrong with this piece. It's very well done, and I really think they've been stepping it up. I mean, these are solid, nice, well done pieces. So that's going to be it for Centauri Stir Fry. Remember to spade into your pets, and Magneto is right. Have a happy Halloween and stay safe. Check the candy.